Straight out the boot room to Wembley, our second home. We come to conquer, no, we never walk alone. We dominate, the cream of the crop, drawing all our strength from the roar of the cop. It's all for one and one for all. Pass a move, we're talking total football. Here we go again, Roy's red machine. Liverpool, the greatest team the world has ever seen. Pass a move, it's the Liverpool crew. Pass a move, it's the Liverpool crew. Pass a move, 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 it's the Liverpool crew.
Hello and welcome back to the Liverpool Groove. It's been a little bit over a week since we last played, and we beat Fulham 2-1 at Anfield. It's been the story of the last few weeks. I think that game where it's been kind of a game that looked like it was going to be a game where it wasn't going to happen for us, and then all of a sudden we come to life, we get the goals that we need, and we win the game. It's like it's becoming a bit of a recurring pattern. We said it a little while ago that there's going to come a game where, you know, we're not going to get away with that kind of thing, but we kind of do keep getting away with it at the minute.
Yeah, it started off earlier on in the season when we were conceding first, and then we were going on to win 3-4-1s, winning comfortably. And it was like we were joking about it then, we'll concede first, but we'll come back. And we've said it'll catch us soon, but it's still yet to happen. And we drew one or two games, but it was just one of them games. On the day, we didn't look good. The first half, probably the worst football we played this season. I think we didn't look like we could have bought a goal. I think if you base it on the first half, if we'd have played 900 minutes, we wouldn't have scored. They just sat in deep, and we could not get through them. I don't think we had a shot in the first half.
To be honest, like I was watching on a stream. My stream went off completely for like the last 25 minutes of the first half. I got it back just as the second half was kicking off. So, didn't see much of the first half. Obviously, I seen literally they scored and my stream went off. It was almost like a protest from my stream. And then me fucking IPTV just went down completely. So that was fun. I was fuming, ready to put my foot through the telly. But yeah,
don't think we really got involved with as an atmosphere. Just getting in that main stand where it's shite, but as an atmosphere, there was nothing to cheer. It was soul destroying to watch. It was terrible. You could pretty much see how the game was going to go from the off. But all we were having a go at was them wasting time. As soon as they scored, that was it. They were wasting time. It was a bit fucking boring. Again, teams are going to do that against us, and we keep finding a way to get through them. But I think performance-wise, everyone was just shit in the first half. Every single one of them. And it happens. But it was just a shit night at the office for 45 minutes. And then whatever Klopp said, it worked.
Yeah. Well, obviously the goal, very uncharacteristic mistake, at least this season anyway, from Virgil van Dijk. Don't know what he was trying. Like, it wasn't a situation where, I don't know if he was still feeling the effects of his illness a little bit, but like in a normal situation, he wouldn't go for the header there.
He's headed it backwards as if he's tried to get it to the keeper, which was just fucking bizarre.
Misjudged it completely.
If he gets that right, you go, you cheeky bastard. But he's fucked it. And I think it was Conor Bradley who tried to make a last-ditch tackle and fucking just like sliding knee the floor. Got rinsed, and great skill by Willian and a great goal. Fucking still a little devil in our side. Him.
Yeah, always had it in for us, hasn't he?
It was a good goal, don't get me wrong. Terrible defensively, and then again they just sit in, and you think that the game, like at half time, everyone said to say, as mad as it sounds, it weren't like all doom and gloom. I think if it was a league game, everyone would be fucking het up about it and a bit pissed off, but there were still smiling faces, still people interested in getting a pint and a pie, and no one was like down and out, but no one could see a goal coming. Didn't know where to get one. But then you look at the bench and you think, if he makes the changes we all agree he should make, then we're in with a shout.
Yeah. And I think that's probably the confidence that the team have built in the fan base this year, that, you know, you say people are not necessarily thinking we're going to get a goal, but like no one's like downbeat about losing at half time and things like that. And I think you've always got that little bit in the back of your mind this season where like we have been doing, that we're going to come back. Even when it doesn't look likely. I think what was the one? Palace, I think, was the big one for me. like for 78 minutes, we didn't look like we were going to score, and then you get two out of nowhere. But I mean, we said it. I think we said it before the last game. You know, Fulham come to Anfield earlier in the season, scored three. We were dominant, but you know, we still conceded 3 goals, and that's all that really matters. The history books aren't going to show, well, Liverpool aren't going to say Liverpool battered them, but it was 4-3. They're going to just say it was 4-3. And they played to their strengths again. Like, I think that Anthony Robinson's a great player for them. He's a constant threat down that side. But yeah, I just think the changes were the right changes to make at the right time. Seemed like they were planned as well, with obviously McAllister just coming back from his injury and things like that. But Darwin and Gakpo changed the game.
Massively changed the game. I've seen Arvielli getting a bit of shit, but in a game where you're creating absolutely nothing and your forwards are doing nothing, like, you can't put all the shit on him. I think Gravenberch was absolutely woeful in everything he'd done. He couldn't string a pass together. I said to you, I think he's more of a confidence player. You know, he needs to be playing when you're doing all right. When it's not going that well, then he's not the one to rely on. Other than that, I think they were all just lacklustre. Look, it was like an effortless performance, but we went through lack of time. We just couldn't get behind them. The changes that came, Núñez, you was just hoping that someone had like wound him up and let him go, and that's exactly what he was like. He was everywhere. Gakpo doesn't get the credit he deserves because he makes the space. He makes a lot of space for the other players. And Jota started coming into the game when they came on. Núñez, again, left, right and centre. Everywhere we started pulling holes in them and making them make mistakes. They looked like they felt the pressure. I think you could see how they played. Once Núñez come on, everything changed. And I don't think they believed in their own system at times. Like, how can we keep these out? Because we were just going at them, and that's all you can do. As long as you're having a go and you're creating chances, you can't ask for more. And Núñez and Gakpo made sure that happened. So,
I mean, after that first goal winning, it kind of just felt like we were going to get 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Like, it seemed we were going to score in every tack. So, you know, fair play to Fulham for actually keeping it just a 2 in the end. Obviously, Darwin missed another sort of. You know what? It's a weird one because people are looking at it and go, he's missed another sitter, but he hasn't. He's done everything right with the chance that he's had. It's just like he's been next to the keeper. He's been practically level with the keeper, and it's hit him. It's like he couldn't have done anything more with it. It's just one of them. But then you're seeing his actual sort of awareness and his weight of pass. By the way, I seen someone put on Twitter somewhere that somebody said moving Szoboszlai to fucking centre back would solve our problems, and was like, what the fuck are you on about? But someone then suggested do a thread of Darwin as a number 6, and someone then said he hasn't got the right way to pass for a number 6. But I disagree. I mean, I disagree with him being a number 6 anyway, because who the fuck thinks like that? But yeah, his way to pass, I think, that's just an absolute myth, because every time you look at the amount of assists he's got, his pass to everyone is perfect all the time, and it goes to show that.
One of the last pods, you saying that's like what you'd expect Szoboszlai or someone to do is that pass. I think it was for Diaz or someone. But yeah.
But you know, the way he's took it in and hit it across it, but he's looked for Gakpo. It's not like he's just hit it in hope. He's looked for Gakpo, and he does it a lot. And I think he's in front of goalie. It's almost like he gets a bit of head rush, like gets overexcited, like shit, I'm in front of goal, right? I've got to score here. Whereas when he's passing to someone, it's like, right, okay, I'll have a look. Mo's there, or fucking Szoboszlai's there, or whoever's near him, he can see them and he can pick the pass out, and he's got the time. It's like he needs to take that composure of when he's picking a pass out to when he's taking a shot.
Yeah, but as you say, there's the shots he's missing now. Like, there was one, I don't know if it was against Pat, where he's one-on-one and he's hit the bar and he should be scoring, and you're like, that is a fucking simple finish. He's got to hit the net there, or at least fucking get on target for the keeper to save it. But then ones where he's a couple of mil from the keeper and it's just hitting the keeper, there's fuck all else you can do with them.
Yeah.
They're just hitting up. The ball's coming at you at a pace. You're just lashing your foot at it. If you're lucky enough that it goes past the keeper, happy days. But not often. Not many players are going to get that past the keeper. He done another one the week before. It was the same, where the ball comes across the box and he hits it. but the keeper's diving out at the ball as he's shooting.
Yeah.
There's not a fancy scoring them opportunities, but as you say, he gets in the right place at the right time. He's composed on the ball. He's not rash when he's on the wing or away from goal. He's quite happy to stop the ball dead and have a look where he's going to pass it, and that's more important than anything. Just watching him miss a few chances, but be involved in all the game. I've said it a number of times. If you ask anyone, what striker do you want? It's Haaland. But what football player do you want who's going to change the game for you? It's Nunes, because he's involved. He made a team that weren't tick on his own.
Yeah.
Him and Gakpo, obviously Gakpo helped, but when you've got players like that can do that, that's you can't be calling for the Reds when they're missing chances like that. But as we've said before, he needs to be either a number 9 or a winger. I prefer him on the wing, playing on the left, play Jota in the middle, or Gakpo, but he's got to play out wide because he's dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. You mentioned them before, making a sort of half-hearted slide attempt in the box on Willian, but Conor Bradley got voted man of the match, I think, by our fans. At least I think that's what the Liverpool socials put up. What did you make of him overall? I thought he played fantastic.
Unbelievable. He was superb. He stood out. He proper stood out. I've only realised with that slide tackle after watching the highlights. Didn't occur to me that it didn't matter who it was, whoever it was being skinned by a good footy player. It happens. The rest of his game was absolutely superb. Like, he stood out. It was weird. Like, the first thing everyone was talking about to full time was Trent can go in the middle now. Trent can go in the middle and just play there because he's that good at right back. And again, you don't want to get overexcited and over exaggerate, but he's got it. There was a part in the game where it was in the second half. The game stopped. I don't know whether the referees gave a free kick or something, and he's off the pitch. He stood on the touchline talking to Klopp, having a drink, talking to Klopp. The game starts again, and he's the first one to the ball. The Fulham player's got it. He leaves Klopp. Klopp's got him in a headlock. Like, go on. And then he leaves Klopp, runs straight over, slide tackle, wins the ball back. We've got possession. You're like, fucking, what a guy. What I want to see. He's got all the attributes of like an Andy Robbo in him, where he's game to tackle, he's game to defend, but he's very good going forward as well.
Yeah. And, it's mad, isn't it? You look at him, he was playing, I think, League Two football last season, potentially. I'm not sure if Bolton got promoted, but he was playing League One or League Two football last season, regardless. Jarell Quansah was playing for Bristol Rovers last season. We done it a few years ago. Reece Williams was playing for Kidderminster the season before we had to use him. Do you think it goes to show that, like, the level obviously between League One and League Two and the Premier League is obviously vastly different, but when you're at that age, does it just go to show how important just game time is for them, do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely. They need to play, and that's why just like there's loads of players who hate loans because, like, some good teams, when they're struggling, can loan a brilliant player in to help them out. But without loans, this football league's dead. There's not enough, local lads getting a chance. The loan gives us the chance to see him play away from us and then judge him. You can't judge everyone and saying it either. Like, obviously, if you see a kid playing left back against Mo Salah and he's getting rinsed, you can't just throw him in the fucking gutter and go, he's shite. He's playing against the best player in the world. So you've got to see them at another level and then maybe excel that level a league up. But yeah, the loan work we've done as well. Because remember Jurgen Klopp saying he hates loans, doesn't agree with loans. It's like, it's buy or sell. But I think when he's seen our academy, he's thought, fucking hell, these actually could be something here where a bit of time they can make it. And I think the lower leagues as well, as we've spoken about before, the officials, the officiating, the old-fashioned style of play where you can't tackle.
You've got a bit more freedom, haven't they?
Yeah, you're allowed to play your football and enjoy it. There's no disrespect of leagues, but it's more like a Sunday league game playing in the League One.
Yeah.
You can play football. It's not like that in the Prem. The Prem's being wrapped in cotton wool and it's ruining the game. But I think these kids need to just play football, and as soon as we believe they're ready, they go in, and that's
Mm.
to our manager and the academy staff, and even like so Pep Linders and that, who's managed the kids before. He's got a lot to do with them. He knows the ins and outs of them, and we don't put no pressure on them. They come in and then they go out, and then like look at Benzo. He came in because he's going to set the world on fire, and then we haven't seen him again. But there'll come a time where he just comes on, or he's either not progressing and he gets sold. But you know, as soon as he's ready to make that step up and to coming on to change the game for Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp's the man to do it. So
and I think what I like to see from it as well myself is we're not afraid to sort of we're very clearly looking out for the players' interest, because the amount of loans we've cancelled and sort of sent them back out to different places just this month alone has been good to see. You know, Reece Williams wasn't getting a game. I don't think he played a single minute for Aberdeen, so he's gone on loan now to, I can't remember who it is. I think it was Fleetwood or something like that. But he's gone on loan to another team in like League One now. So obviously he's got a better chance of getting into a league. He's got a better chance of playing football at a League One team than he has a team who are regularly fighting for Europe in Scotland. I know the level between the Scottish Premier League and League One mightn't actually be that great, but he's still got a better chance of doing that. You know what I mean? And I know, like Billy Kometio, I think we've recalled him from his loan. But you're starting to see now as well, you know, these young players that we've got, they're starting to make bigger loan moves out now. So you've like Viteslav Jaros, he's just joined Sturm Graz in the Austrian Premier League on loan because their first choice keeper got injured and they brought him in to replace him for the rest of the season because he's probably going to be out for the rest of the season. Like,
and
that's it. And this is someone who's played maybe possibly once, maybe not even once for the first team. But that's the level of player that they're at now. So it's great to see, and I can sort of understand why Jurgen doesn't like loans, because he's the type of manager who wants to oversee these players and be involved in their development as much as possible. But you can't do it we've got that many players. You know, we're bringing different kids into the first team to train with them so often. You know, you've seen recently that trainee only. He's 16. We bought him and somebody's already been on the bench for us. Might have been out of necessity more than anything, but the fact that he's gone to a 16-year-old over the 19, 20, 21-year-olds that are there is massive. So I can understand why Jurgen doesn't like it for his management style, but they're crucial. They're crucial for the players, they're crucial for the clubs in the lower league, as you said, and they're crucial for us to develop these players properly.
Yeah, but even like the chances they do get as well, like there's never really one you go, he's absolutely shite him, he's not going to make it. Every single kid that plays for the first team, we get excited about. I don't know whether it's like a biased thing, but there's nothing better than seeing a young lad come through the academy or get bought from a young age, you know, like a Sterling, who then goes on to be in the academy, goes on into your first team. Although I never rated that cunt, thought he was shite forever. For us all for City, thought he was just Usain Bolt, but smaller. That was it. Just fast as fuck.
Yeah. But I mean...
But I think the likes of your kids that are coming through, you are seeing them do well. And then you get the likes of fucking Panic Station, and you've got Reece Williams coming in with Nat Phillips. Fucking hell, lad, they got us into Europe.
Yeah.
Two kids got us into Europe. They helped us massively. They were fucking warriors that season. And it's a shame that they haven't excelled into a point where they're in the first team now. But how old's Reece Williams now after that? He's
still only 22.
Yeah, it's fucking mad. And I think, obviously, Nat Phillips, I think the ship sailed for him. But out of all our centre-halves, if we were in a point where we needed to win a game and we had no one, he'd be the first name I'd call for. Because he's like a Carragher.
Yeah.
He just fought his arse off. And I think that's where the kids are learning something different in our academy. They're learning to fight. They're learning to graft. It's not like some of the other clubs where I think, I said to you before, they get these contracts and they think they've made it and they want to go and buy the flash cars and show off. Ours still humble, they're still hungry, and they still want to make it to the top. So I think it's fucking whatever system we've got going there, it's brilliant.
Yeah. Now, and you make the point there about like it's great seeing, your academy lads coming through and making an impact in the first team, and you say it's biased, but then is it really? It's like isn't that what every team wants to see? Surely, like, imagine how much more it matters to Phil Foden being involved in all the trophies they've won than it would to Bernardo Silva or someone like that. Imagine, if Arsenal finally do win the Premier League with under Arteta, imagine how much more that's going to mean to Bukayo Saka than it is to fucking, William Saliba. It's
I'm biased at Liverpool because I don't think anyone supports their team like we support our team.
They don't, but I think
you dream. I think most club kids dream of playing for England or wherever they're fucking from. They dream of playing for the country. I think Liverpool scousers and that, and even foreign Liverpool fans dream of playing for Liverpool. Walking out to the Cup, walking out to Never Walk Alone. I think there's just something special about that. But
I know what you mean.
I get what you're saying. It's brilliant, but I think a lot of fans now in modern football, if you offered, for instance, if you offered us, most of our fans on Twitter now, go and buy a right back in January, 75 mil, or play Conor Bradley, they'll go and buy the right back because it's exciting, it's new shirt, new name on the back of the shirt, it's exciting, it's worth money, we look like we're spending, we look like we're matching big teams. Don't need to. Yeah. That's the problem, and the split in football fans now is that some fans, it's a big game. Spending money is being successful. It's not. Bringing through academy players and making them top players like Trent Alexander-Arnold, that's being successful. Man City, as much as they spend, they brought through Phil Foden. He's fantastic. They also brought through that lad who's playing for Chelsea now.
Yeah, Cole Palmer.
He looks about it. So, if the academy's there, use it. I understand the bigger your club, the harder it is to give the chance. And that's why I've got to give credit to Liverpool for loaning these players out. Man City do just ship them out, gone, sold. You're not going to get in that position. And I think Foden's lucky he scraped with the net. But, give the kids a chance. If our manager thinks he's ready and the academy thinks they're ready to go in, give them a fucking chance. And we do it every pre-season as well. You see a new name or two in that pre-season list every single season.
I mean, but we talked about Quanta pre-season, saying how good he looked, and that we were hoping he'd get a chance this season, and he's had more than that. Like he hasn't really put a foot wrong, has he? Barring the Palace penalty, but even that, people are still debating it. So,
even that again, that's it. If he doesn't go for that ball, you're ridiculing him for not going for the ball. So I'd rather him.
I'd be more pissed off if he didn't go for it.
The one thing that kills me with Van Dijk is how many times he steps away from someone and puts his arms behind his back. I'd rather you kick fuck out of him and get a penalty, as long as you've had a go. So I haven't. Quanta's done fuck all wrong as far as I'm concerned. Bradley's done nothing wrong. When I've seen Joe, he's looked good. There's that Gordon.
Yeah, okay, Gordon. Yeah,
he looks quality.
There's loads, lad. I mean, we could do a full fucking rundown of the entire academy. You know what I mean? It's like
a brilliant bunch of kids, and once you see them step up into the level and they don't know how to place, that's where you start getting excited. Like, if you play a young kid and he comes on and he looks a bit ropey, a little bit shaky, you're like, fucking hell, I get it. He's 16, 17, playing at Anfield in front of 60-odd thousand people. It must be nerve-wracking. And it's your dream. You must feel like everything is about them. If you play shit, you're out. If you play good, you're in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it doesn't work like that. But Conor Bradley the other day, this big full circle we've gone on. But he didn't look one bit out of place, not once.
No, he didn't.
Not once. He looked super. He stood out a mile, and I thought that was fucking boss for him.
Yeah. And you know what? I mean, it was a bit of a circle that we've just gone on there, but we don't really talk about the academy like that on here, to be fair. And I think you don't really hear much chatter of it. Like you see a few pages, they'll put the results up at the academy and stuff like that. But how many people are actually, and you see it all the time, someone will get announced by the club that they've just signed the first professional deal or something, and it'll be sign Mbappe, sign this player, sign that player in the comments. It's like you're robbing this lad of his fucking the biggest moment of his life so far, and all you're doing is spamming it with fucking comments like sign this £300 million player. Like, just if you don't want to go on in and say congratulations to the lad, just fuck off.
Yeah,
just leave it alone.
That's what I mean.
we don't, as I say, we don't normally talk about it, so it's nice to fucking, give the academy, the team there, Alex Inglethorpe, and give them a bit of credit because I feel like it probably is a bit of a thankless job sometimes, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It is because of modern footy. Like when we were kids, fucking hell, well, even I don't even know what fucking now. Michael Owen, McManaman, Redknapp, fucking hell. Oh no, Redknapp went to the academy.
Redknapp wasn't, no.
You've got McManaman, Michael Owen, Robbie Fowler,
Carragher Gerrard.
David Thompson.
Yeah, Tomo.
David Thompson, and then you're looking forward to seeing like the fresh blood coming into the team. Like I remember Steven Gerrard coming onto the pitch and he looked like he'd just been bowled and dragged off his man and put in a footy kit and threw at Anfield, going on that pitch, lad. It's probably one of the biggest moments in our history in terms of individual player, but you couldn't wait to see them. And if they didn't do that well in a game, you couldn't wait to see them again to see if they picked up and you get behind them. Now it is just about how much can our club spend to. And I think there's some fans out there. If we spend 200 million and fail, but we spend 100 million more than the people who win, they'd accept it. I do. I think if we came second every year but spent more money, in their head, that's us being.
Well, we're showing ambition.
Yeah, showing the ambition. We're not, but winning it or getting close by doing it with like a quarter of the money against the team that's beating us, they can't justify it. They can't get it in their heads.
And you know what? Like, FSG, they've been slated for a lot of years by a large majority of fans. And I was going to say online fans, but it's not even just online fans, in fairness, anymore. It's, a large vocal majority, of sort of Liverpool fans dislike FSG. But I think now you look at the sanctions that have been given out. Obviously, Chelsea have got charges hanging over their head. City have got charges hanging over their head. Everton have been charged for the second time. Forest have been charged. You look at all these clubs, they're clearly sort of clamping down on it. At least I hope they are. Anyway, for the sake of City and Chelsea getting done, but when you look at that happening now, FSG's model and the way of working looks better than ever in my eyes.
This is what people aren't grasping. We're not as successful as we should have been under Jurgen Klopp because of cheats. It's not because we're shit or because the owners have let us down. They've done everything by the rules, by the book. They've stayed in the green. They've made sure the club makes a profit. Whilst building a stand, while building two stands, whilst improving the facilities at Anfield, whilst changing where we train, they've built a full facility on top of the academy. This just doesn't cost nothing. It costs money. It costs money out of our football club. Even the likes of the stand and that, they loaned us the money interest free as far as I'm aware. The first loan for the main stand was from Fenway Sports and it was interest free. We just had to put Fenway Sports back out the club profit, which you get. You understand that. Fucking sound. But not spending 100 million on a player every summer doesn't make it a fucking failed business. It means people can't grasp that. We have targets. We have targets what we bring in and targets what we can spend.
Yeah.
And we've adhered to it ever since they've come in. We've won every trophy underneath them. And don't get me wrong, there's been times where they have been shite. They've made terrible decisions in terms of like trying to copyright the name Liverpool. And the times where they went after small businesses for using the lava bird and stuff. Yeah, fuck them. That's scum. But they've always admitted when they were wrong as well. And they've always, the Super League, which even now, I'd like to have been a fly on the wall in that room.
Yeah.
What was the conversation to sway our movement to want to do a Super League? And it's because the Champions League is doing the Super League.
Yeah.
And they knew before it, so they were going to do their own. And I think if you ask most fans now, stay in that Champions League format or do your own, you'd probably do your own. It's fucking that new format, shite. Takes the old enjoyment out of the competition. So, yeah, they've done right, they've done wrong. But in terms of a business, Liverpool Football Club is one of the most self-sustainable businesses. If FSG leave tomorrow, they leave with a fucking nice profit and someone takes over a massive football club in no debt with a big, massive fucking practically new stadium, new facilities, best manager in the world, world-class team, and you can't do no more than that as far as I'm concerned, lad. I think they've done remarkable. They've just done it fairly. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's all we can say. We're not going to go in.
We could be sat here now if Arabs took over us when they did, shitting ourselves going, actually, all them titles we did win, we've won 5 leagues, we've won 3 European Cups, they're all getting took off us. We haven't, we were lied to all along, and you'd be more upset over that. So I'd rather have won it, the few bits we've won, the few bits, absolutely everything that we've won.
And have them fairly.
And be able to enjoy it. And when we look back at the history books, our pictures will still be there. Man City's will be wiped clean. Just like Juventus, lad. They'll get, and if they don't get stripped, then they know deep down, yeah, that one we won, fucking black.
Yeah.
So, not last.
Yeah. So before we get into looking ahead to the Bournemouth game, just wanted to touch on Jordan Henderson. So he's had his contract ripped up. I say he's had his contract ripped up. That sounds like they've just fucking got rid of him. He's come to an agreement with Al Ettifaq that he can leave for free. Basically, they've terminated his contract. He's free to leave. He's moving to Ajax. Good move for him, I'm not gonna lie. Given how it all went down in the summer and that, and obviously, like, you know, he all the LGBT fans saying that he'd let them down, you know, that everyone just like slated him for being greedy for the money and stuff like that. Just everything how it happened. Have you got any not sympathy, but like just watch your overall sort of thoughts with it now, the way it's gone for him?
I think he'd be absolutely fucking kicking himself that he didn't stay here. 100%. I think he'd be kicking himself. I think he's, as Klopp said the same, Klopp backed the story up that they had the conversation that he never wanted to have, is that you're going to have extremely limited playing time, if any playing time. What do you want to do? And his decision was to leave and not fight for his place. At that age, you can understand it. At that age, when you've won everything, I understand it. At that age, when you've won everything and we're in a season of transition where new players are coming in, you've got to bed them in and you're not expecting it to go this way. I totally get it. To go where he went was a stupid decision because of what he stood for, but I didn't blame him whatsoever for going there when the money's like that. Still don't. Like, I think we said it wouldn't last longer, didn't they? I thought it'd last a bit longer than it has, but I think even players like Benzema and that, there's rumours he wanted out straight up instantly.
There's a lot of them, apparently. Like Firmino wants to leave, apparently.
But imagine, lad, if the money they're talking about is true, then it's like any job. Obviously, it's not, but if you're earning £30 an hour and you can move to Jersey for £60 an hour for 6 months, you're going to do it. You might sign a contract, but then you just get off. And you've earned your dough, do you know what I mean? I think that could have been. They probably told the birds, "Listen, don't even bother coming with me. I'll be back soon."
Yeah,
I'm just going to earn millions over a short spell, and I'll be back. Might as well have went on the oil rig and just done a graft there. But I feel sorry for him because I think the way Liverpool are at the minute, I think we could have done with an extra body in the midfield. I think in games you are winning, I think the passion he had, say he's the closest thing to a scout you'll ever have in terms of his passion on a footy pitch. You could do with a player like him around the young lads, and I was a bit gutted when he got off because of the way it ended. He never got his proper ta-ra, but you know, I think if he could turn the clock back now, he'd still be in a Liverpool shirt, and he can't, unfortunately. So he's gone to a team with a passion and an history like ours a little bit. Not an history, but you know, he's gone to a close fit team, close with the fans, nice close knit stadium, fucking good history, well liked around the world like us. So good luck to him. I've got no issues with him whatsoever. Doesn't ask me. He's won us everything. So now
that's the thing. I think people can't separate the whole just can't separate it all. It's all got to be one big thing, and it's like for me, it's like, yeah, I understand the frustration from, the people who feel that he's let them down in terms of, like you said, what he stood for and how he supported them, because he was more vocal than any other player in the Premier League about the LGBT community and stuff like that. He was more vocal than anybody about that, so I completely understand their thoughts about it, and that shouldn't be discredited or anything. At the same time, I'm still thankful for everything he done for Liverpool. I'm thankful for what he helped us win. He was part of the most successful period of Liverpool Football Club in our lifetime.
And he captained us to the lot.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
people say we'd have won it all anyway. I don't think he gets enough credit. I don't think we would have done. Even the time under Brendan Rodgers, when he got injured, that could have cost us a league title because he was that influential that season. He was massive.
Everyone said it at the time. I remember,
he was massive.
10 years ago now, but
I think people forget because he weren't whipping 60-yard balls like Steven Gerrard, and he weren't doing step overs like Ronaldo and all that shit. He was just classed as a mediocre player, but it's what he had in his heart and what he carried. Like Jamie Carragher wasn't the best footy player, he'd say that himself, but he carried more than anyone on that pitch, carried more weight than anyone because he had something different than them. He had the heart, and I think Henderson had that. I think you take him out that team and the passion that he's instilled in them new players. Some of them couldn't speak the language. They had a lingo that was footy and passion, and he got the best out of everyone. He was an ambassador for footy.
Yeah.
And I think all the LGBT stuff, I honestly think that's a lot of people just wanting to jump on a bandwagon to slate him. As you said to the girl when she came on from cop-outs about the likes of celebrities who've gone to Dubai to perform in that. And, no one condemns them. They'll still be there. They'll still be buying their albums and that, won't they? So, because a footy player who's supported them through thick and thin, gone there, he's been slated. And as I said at the time, he didn't go there going, oh, what? I don't mean anything I said. He basically said he was going to try and see if he could have a positive impact there, but
it hasn't worked out that way.
To be honest, I actually said to you, I don't know whether he'll last that long there because I think he'd be going for a different reason than we're all saying. I said he might be going there thinking about how high profile he is, what he's won at us. Could he be the face of the sport there? Could he impose change? And if it doesn't work out, he might just fucking jib it. And by the way, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we'll ever know, at least not until he's retired and got his memoirs, let's say, until they're ready to be released. I don't think we'll ever really know the full story about why he decided to go there. Maybe it was just money. Maybe he did really want to try and have a positive impact over there.
I think it's a bit of everything, lad. I think, but again, no matter what you're earning, whatever it's called is your status, your gender, whatever. I think anyone in the same boat, regardless of where it is, if you're offered that much money in a job where you're just being told by your boss, listen, there's going to be no work for you here. You're not going to be part of the team. You go. And if that's money motivated, I think it was football motivated. I don't think he's realised how much he declined either. I think he still felt it over there playing in a shit league. And he struggled there. And I think, Ajax, it's a fucking good team, lad. He's going to have to do some work there. But
it's a slower league, so I think it'll suit him. I don't think it's not probably got the intensity of what the Premier League has. I think you've seen that video that Yuri Tielemans or Aston Villa put out in the summer when they put a GoPro on him, and you've seen like how quick players get closed down and stuff like that, and it's like it made everyone go. People go, if I played put me up for City and I scored 20 a season, you wouldn't get a touch of the ball.
I don't think he did he?
No, but that's what I mean. But it made everybody sort of look at it a bit differently. So, look,
with Henderson, I do think like he's not going to start for Ajax. He'll be playing 20, 30 minutes maybe. So I think will he be sat there going, fuck
I don't know, I think the way the season has gone for them, yeah. I mean, the fifth now, but they were bottom not so long ago. but they're like 24 points behind top. They're like massively off it this season. So, yeah, I think I don't know. I don't think I don't think you bring someone like Jordan Henderson in to be on the peripheral. To be honest with you, no matter what level you bring him in at, I don't think he's the type of player that you bring in to be on the peripheral. And I think that was part of the, obviously, that's where the conversations come from, that he was going to be on the peripheral of the squad this season for Liverpool. And so he's gone, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I understand that. I'd like to see what my options are. But I just think
he should have known. Like, he should have known based on the season we had where we were at. And like, he wasn't good enough to start for us anymore, but he would have been a massive impact player for 20 minutes. He'd have secured us and tightened us up, and he'd have been able to get the best out of the young lads in that. So I think it's a massive fuck up on his behalf. I think we haven't missed him as a player. We've probably missed him around the dressing room and that. But yeah, I can't see him starting every week for Ajax. But again, I think
you say about the sorry to jump. I mean, you say about the atmosphere and that. I think with Van Dijk as captain, I feel like everybody's more sort of. Everyone seems to be more like just sort of friendly with not friendly. That's not really the right word I'm looking for. But it's like you're seeing more like friend groups forming, like on the pitch, and that you're seeing the way Gakpo and Jones are. In the press conferences, like obviously Jones got man of the match by Sky in the game again, which by the way we haven't mentioned. Getting a bit bored of talking about Curtis Jones now because he's brilliant every game now. So that's all we need to say now. But you're seeing the way they are in you can tell they're really close. Like I think somehow, I don't know how, Van Dijk has managed to sort of bring them all closer together. They've become a closer knit unit, I feel.
I'll struggle to agree with you there because I never thought we'd get a closer knit than what we already had when we had the likes of Ronaldo and that. I thought they were the only two that weren't the best of mates to me was Mane and Salah. But it just, don't get me wrong, they seem like a boss group of mates. There doesn't seem to be a clique. It's not like one area from fucking one part of a country speaks to the others. They're all in it together. You've got like Nunes having a laugh with Curtis Jones and that. All languages just merged together and they're all just mates, which it is good to see. But I can't ever knock Henderson's captaincy for bringing players together and that.
Yeah. No, I just think with Henderson, it kind of always felt like, it felt like Henderson was the captain. And it's like, it feels like Van Dijk is everyone's mate kind of thing. I think Jordan Henderson was more professional in that manner, that he didn't really sort of put himself out there as your mate as much kind of thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that, yeah. But I think that was on-pitch presence more than anything because he was well liked in the dressing room. When you've seen like videos, Liverpool release, like there was one in a classroom with Andy Robbo and that, and they're all making jokes. He seemed to be part of all them type of clips, but on the pitch there was no. He was the manager on the pitch, and I think that's what you need your captain to be like. I think Van Dijk shouts when it's necessary, but even if you've done something good, Henderson would shout at you. I think that's what's different. But right, fucking hell, talking about Henderson for 20 minutes, he's been gone months. But no, I'll never have a bad word to say about him. I think he was stupid to go. Wish him luck at Ajax. Good luck to him.
Yeah, I agree. So Bournemouth at the weekend. You looked at it before this. They're 12th in the league. They're doing well. I think they lost the last game, or they lost fairly recently against Tottenham. But other than that, they've been flying. Dominic Solanke flying. Didn't expect that to happen when he was at Liverpool, I'll be honest. when we sold him for 20 mil, we were all rubbing our hands together thinking, how the fuck have we pulled that off? And now it's kind of looking like eventually he's stuck at it, and credit to Bournemouth, they've stuck with him. He didn't look like he could hack it for a long time in the Premier League. They had a couple of seasons in the Championship. He's really and he's obviously become clinical there, and he's come back to the Premier League, and he's starting to sort of it's building up slowly with him. He's sort of, I wouldn't say he's a late bloomer because he's still only young, but he's starting to really get the how difficult the Premier League is, and how he's starting to manage it properly, and he's looking like a great striker, in fairness to him.
Yeah, do you know what? With strikers as well, as you just said, Bournemouth, bearing with him, giving him the chance, and that he's been down to a lesser level. He's probably learned the hard way going down to the Championship, where you do get bullied and kicked into the air, and that it happens. You might not have as much time in the Prem, but it's not as dangerous, if you want to say. But learning to play with the same team and knowing which players, I've said this before about Man City and that, Haaland doesn't know. Like, each player doesn't know what Haaland's going to do. They analysed this and they were like, Silva will plays his way. I think it was Thierry Henry, it was actually, saying when he played, he'd done what the midfielder wanted him to do. If it went to Perez, he'd know what Perez was going to do. Haaland just does his own thing. And I think Solanke's learning that in his team. Well, it's gone to him. What ball's he going to play? And he plays to suit the system. They built the system around him. Now he's scoring goals. And if again, depends what Liverpool turns up. If we defend like against Fulham, he could fucking cause us problems. If we turn up as we know we can, he gets nowhere near us.
Yeah. No, I mean, going there, it's always a tough game. I think I think they took the lead in the League Cup game there, didn't they, as well, when we played them? But obviously they took the lead at Anfield, come back and won. So we played them a couple of times already. We know what they're about. Their manager is, he was highly thought of in Spain. I said when we first played Bournemouth this season, they quietly had a very good transfer window. They brought in some really good players. It's took them a while to get used to his system and let them players gel in and that. But as I say, now you look at them and, give it another couple of seasons or something, and you're looking at a really good Premier League side there, I think.
Not even since like Eddie Allen that came in, they've always been a little decent footy team. You've always wanted them to do all right as well. Team a decent little outfit, don't they? But yeah, I don't watch them all that much. I just I see highlights and that. But yeah, they play decent footy. They've got a again, like, it looks like a close knit team and a system that suits them all. So we've just got to be careful. But again, we're fucking top of the league, so we should be going there dictating. We're the better team. We'll fucking bully us. But that's what I want to see in our game now, is us bullying teams, and like Man City do, playing, being nasty.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
out.
At home, obviously they're going to have the confidence. I think you've had some good results there this season, so they're rightly going to have the confidence. They'll look at us and see that, all how well we're doing, and we best defense in the league, top of the league. But they'll still look at us and go, right, there's chances to be out there. So you've got to be fucking on the ball. But it's I think the team picks itself a bit at the minute, doesn't it, with the players that are out and things like that, and absent. So it should be a pretty straightforward team. I think you'd probably name it all yourself right now, to be honest. I think the only
is Szoboszlai still out?
Yeah, I think so. He wasn't in training anyway, I don't think. I think the only one that's up for question really is who's partnered in Van Dijk. Is it Kanate or is it Kwanzaa? I think that's the only one that's really up for debate.
Kanate played the last game. I'll give it to Kwanzaa.
It's a difficult one, because I think Kanate this season, when he has played, I know you've obviously spoke about him having that sort of, what we used to say, the Joe Gomez about him, is he, his pace gets him out of positions and gets him out of situations, rather.
I compare him to Sakho, like, really likeable lad, looks a boss lad around the dressing room, dead good player, but he's just got a moment of psychosis about him that he just completely slips off what he's meant to be doing and just switches off, and it can cost us goals. But I think of late he's been sound, so I'm not saying
it's a mad one, like, because I do agree with you on that, and I think it's how he looks as well. Like Sakho, I think obviously before we were doing podcasts and that, but with Sakho, you'd always used to say, like, he looks awful on the ball. He looked uncomfortable. He looked like he'd never kicked the ball in his life. But then he had the best pass completion rate in our team. Like, he was actually very good on the ball. It's just he looked awkward. But
yeah, he just looked gangly.
Yeah,
I think Kanate looks a good player, but it's the way he moves and that. He just doesn't look like a footy player, but
I think lately,
all how you move.
I know, yeah, true. I think lately he's been very good. I think he dealt with Martinelli like wonderfully in the FA Cup, and I think he dealt with him very well at Anfield as well. But I mean, you go back even further, lad. You go back to the Champions League final. He was up against Vinicius Junior. He won every single duel against Vinicius Junior. Like, there's a world class defender in there. He just needs fine tuning.
I agree. Yeah, I think I've had no issues with him for large spells this season. So when he is making the mistakes, it's not costing us at the minute. He's getting back or someone's covering. So until it happens, then give him the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, he's still a kid. He's fucking massive though. He's a unit, any. But yeah, I like the rotating. I don't want to see Quansah just go out the fold and be forgotten about. I think if you are going to rotate him and Kanate. As mad as it sounds, you can't take Van Dijk out because he's the captain. But yeah, I think Quansah brings a bit of calm to it with Van Dijk, and then Kanate's like your Matip. He just runs out, loses position, and then comes back. Well, he's a good defender, lad. So yeah, I think you're looking at him and Van Dijk starting, aren't you, really?
Yeah, most likely.
Bradley on the right.
Yeah.
Gomez on the left.
Yeah.
Based on the last game, Gravenberch doesn't get in the 11 for me. He was fucking horrendous. Absolutely woeful, though.
I think he was better second half, but I mean, I didn't see all of the first half, but I thought second half he was okay.
No, I thought he was shocking. I couldn't wait for him to go off the pitch. It's mad. Like, some players are like that. There's no gaps and no space in that, he just proper struggle. He couldn't string. Szoboszlai done it a couple of weeks before. Every touch just went to shit, and I think I called that. He needed to get him off, and he got him off. But yeah, I think Curtis Jones, McAllister's back, any.
Yeah, McAllister's back.
Oh, I forgot about Endo. Endo's gone.
And he won the first game in the Asian Cup as well. So scored. He got an assist for Minamino as well. Got 2 goals. Thing and got an assist himself. But
Minamino comes from Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have Curtis Jones, McAllister, and Harvey Elliott then.
Yeah. Just trying to think who else. Yes.
What I liked about Diaz is the way Nunes and Diaz can swap sides as well. And then you've got Jota who can go on the left, and you've got Gakpo who can just fucking play anywhere you want him to.
Yeah.
So, I don't know whether I've seen Thiago back in training, I've seen him there, lad.
Just because he's in training doesn't mean anything, lad. He could just be giving oranges out.
Water boy.
Yeah, and get injured doing that somehow.
He might be in contention.
I'd be shocked if he was anywhere near being in contention, to be honest. Like, he's been out for 10 months with a minor hip injury. That is minor to Thiago, to be fair.
What after the clips I've seen at training as well, like I've seen someone put like Ryan McAllister needs to be further up the field. Fuck me, he can hit a ball that lad, can't he?
Yeah.
I've seen that against Fulham and that, but yeah, you need to. I think he's not a number 6 by any means. He does all right when there's not a lot of defending. When you can, and I think Alonso was the same. If you've got Alonso on the ball in a game you should be winning, and you dictate the play, out of this world, you can play it. When you've got teams running through your middle and you need him to defend, he just falls over, just gets slapped to the floor. Like he's just not like physical enough for that role. High up the pitch he is. It's weird, but in that ball when he's got he's turned and he's got his back to the opposition, he just gets folded in half every time. So I want to see him higher up the pitch. But
yeah, it's a mad one with him because like the stats, I know obviously stats don't give you the whole picture and that, but the stats show that he is sort of tackling, his ball recovery, his interceptions, everything you want to see from a number 6 is actually really good. But again, it's like people say, it's the eye test, isn't it? And he clearly doesn't really want to be playing there, but he's doing what the team necessitates at the minute, and that's what he's just got to do. And it's just he's doing it, and he's doing the best job he can, so you can't really knock him.
No, I'm not knocking him. Just
No, I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying.
I don't want to. I don't want to see him there. He needs to be further up. But yeah, he's doing all right. He's just very much in games where we're struggling to get hold of the game. I think Arsenal, one of them, we just look terrible in that six. But when we start playing forward and we start creating and that, he looks superb. So it's just a game of two halves again. Depends what Liverpool turns up and who we're playing. But I think I'm a bit surprised we haven't gone in the market for a number 6, considering Endo's gone. Even if it is a fucking loan or something, just to cover that space, because we are a bit short on midfielders at the minute.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not, and I think you look at the actual deals that have been done in the Premier League in this window so far. There's hardly been any. Like, no one's spending. It's mad.
I think no one. You'd always spend a lot more in January because no one wants to part halfway through the season. So I think people financial fair play as well, lads. I seen Chelsea with like £85 million sign, and I was like, you can use it having a laugh. Got to be messing, but yeah, we could have done with another body in. Hopefully, Szoboszlai's not out that much longer. Hopefully, Thiago's in soon. Like I keep saying, Harvey Elliott's better on the right, and then he plays on the right, and he doesn't get half as much as involved as he does when he plays in the midfield. So, still unsure about where he goes, but he's got all the potential. There's loads of options, lad, isn't it?
There is, and I think, someone said, like, the transfer window's been that boring. Sky have got people called Flex coming on and talking about, like, fucking just God knows what. It's like they're having transfer shows for no transfers. Honestly, it's been mad. You don't expect it. Chelsea spent, I think, 745 billion last summer. I think, last January, didn't they? That's what it felt like anyway. But it's just been a weird window, lad. You don't expect it. But I think genuinely there's been about 20 deals done in the Premier League, like all window. It's mad.
Because footy on as well. Like everyone's jumped out of footy.
Yeah, this break's been a bit mad, hasn't it?
I literally forgot it was the January window until I started on the midfielders. So.
Enough.
He sat there still. I'll probably take the day off work on deadline day, like I do every bastard year, just waiting for nothing.
Yeah. They've got, you know what? They've got to stop sending Vinny O'Connor to Anfield, like, because he just must be bored shitless every single year there.
No, he must think, he must just go, fuck, not again.
He's just a hard man, ain't he? Apparently.
I just send a cardboard cutout to myself with a voice note taped to it every time they come to me and just fucking go on.
Yeah, cardboard cutout, voice note. Liverpool haven't signed anyone. Okay, thanks, Vinny. See you later. Because that's what it's going to be like. Yeah, it's a weird one, and I'd say these winter breaks, the way the Premier League do the winter break is just weird anyway. Like, right, half a team get a break this week, half a team get a break next week. Why just do what every other league does? Give them a fucking break in the middle. Stop having 74,000 games in December, and say, yeah, you can have a week off in December.
And they come back. They've rammed the rest of January.
Yeah,
and in February.
December and January in the Premier League in English football, there must be at least 74 games a team. Like, that's what it feels like. It's too much. And like, yeah, all right, that's the job, fair enough. But it's like, it's ridiculous. And then they've gone, yeah, we'll give you a winter break, but only some years.
Yeah,
it's just fucking stupid. But yeah, look, Bournemouth the weekend. We should be beating them, but we can't take them lightly. And why would you do that? You know, I was going to say, I'm not going to ask you for this a scoreline, and then you go and do something like that.
Nunes is going to have a field day. That's all I'm saying.
I want Joe Gomez to score now.
I thought he scored against Fulham, he gets a belter.
Yeah. He hits a belter every game, that's the thing, lad. And I seen a video the other day, it's an old one, where they had Salah, Trent, Gomez, and I think maybe Van Dijk doing like this free kick challenge. They had like the net on the goal where it's like just holes on the corners and in the middle. And like Salah does his and Trent does his, doesn't get, and then Gomez does it. It's 5 out of 5. It's like, the fuck's this been, Joe? Get him on our free kicks.
Put him left wing.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just going to be the day he scores, that is going to be ridiculous.
It's mad, like when you actually watch them videos of players, how talented they are, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're watching him thinking, there's not a fucking chance you're hitting any of that.
Yeah.
Just pinging
But
and
it's one of them again, isn't it? Like you watch these and you think, you know, someone might go about it. How's Joe Gomez not scored a goal? He's a professional footballer, and again, people have these fucking massive thoughts about themselves. If I was playing for Liverpool, I would have at least scored by now. And then you watch him in training, and Joe Gomez has put a 5 out of 5 free kicks in flawlessly, and you think, lad, if you went up against Joe Gomez, like he'd run rings around you, he'd be up
Yeah,
front.
it doesn't matter what position they are either. That's the thing. Like, we're all arrogant, aren't we?
Yeah,
I've played decent Sunday league at Wrexham when I was a kid. Right, that was it. And then I play footy with a lad in the Hillsborough charity match we play every year. We play footy with the manager's son, Jamie, who used to play for Blackpool when he was younger. Done all right at Blackpool, and then went elsewhere. Other things in life got on him and that. Lad, when he plays that game, it's fucking ridiculous. It's not, you might as well just sit there and just let him run through and score. It's fucking pointless trying to get him.
Yeah.
Luckily, he's on my team half the time. But even like the last game we played, we were winning 3-2. They scored, and then he scored from the kickoff. Just shot from the kickoff, lad, and lobbed the keeper. You're
as you do.
What are you doing? Pass the fucking ball, greedy ass. We all want to go, you know.
Yeah.
So you imagine him, he's played for Blackpool. Then down level, and he stands out a mile with some players who are like, fucking, some of them have been semi-pro and that. He's a really good standard. And then you imagine going that to fucking National League, and then
it's mad, isn't it?
The Big One Championship, and then the Prem, lad. They must be fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you're watching them play against other unbelievable abilities. Like, and then you've got players like Titus Bramble who played footy, and you're thinking there's not a fucking chance he was better than me. There's not a chance he was better than me. But then I bet you, if I went head to head with him, he'd make me fucking snap both cruciate ligaments, megging me inside out. And I'd be like, I've just been abused by Titus Bramble there in front of my whole family.
Yeah, basically. That sums it up, I think.
So I feel like never comment on a player's ability ever again. Pack the podcast in. Everyone.
Yeah. So yeah, as it turns out, this is the last episode ever. No, it's mad, like you say. We've all got our own sort of egos about ourselves, and you go, I say it even now, and like I go, if he's worth 80 mil, I'm worth at least 3, and it's like I'm not even worth. I'm worth £3. If that's being generous. You know what I mean? It's like it's just levels and levels apart, lad, and it's just. But you know, we're not going to stop doing it, are we? Like next week, someone will make a mistake in Premier League and go, and one of us will go, I would have done that. I would have scored that, or I would have fucking done better there, and knowing full well we wouldn't have done.
I reckon if I get me chance, if Jürgen sees me playing in the front garden with the Zondervan, I reckon I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you know, you're around the age, so you can take Henderson's sort of, you know, old man in the locker room leadership role.
And I'm shouting at players like fucking Milner, you lazy cunt, get back. Rip like a fucking tank. I'm waddling around our living room, fucking pussy. Shout, fucking lazy cunt.
So, look, we're going to end it there. We'll be back next week at some point to review the games that we've had. Obviously, we've got the second leg next week as well, so there'll be a couple of games probably by the next time we come to you. And just before we leave you, just because the logo's been staring at me all episode, if you need any electrical work, get on Jay.
Thanks, Dad. I am dead busy at the moment. It's great.
That's what we like to hear. I like to hear it.
On that note, I'm off to get me sausage and chips and beans with my calories not counted because I'm not a Premier League footballer.
Or you're not a Premier League footballer, but with that, you are a child.
I am. Oh, lad, I can't wait. But yeah, I'm going for me.
Jay made electrical.
I'm having sausage, chips, beans, and egg, like a proper council estate scran, and I can't wait.
Sounds boss, to be fair.
I'm so excited.
So, on that note, then, we'll leave it there. Until next time, up the Reds.
JMH Electrical, up the Reds.
Up the JMH Electrical as well, yeah.